All right, as we begin the book and look portion this week, we're going to look first of all at 2 Corinthians 8, verses 2 through 5. It says, "For in a severe test of affliction, their abundance of joy and their extreme poverty have overflowed in a wealth of generosity on their part. For they gave according to their means, as I can testify, and beyond their means, of their own free will, begging us earnestly for the favor of taking part in the relief of the saints. And this, not as we expected, but they gave themselves first to the Lord, and then by the will of God to us." Now, I've got some commentary there in the lesson, um, and it'd be good for you to read over that, but just kind of a synopsis here is that basically what's happening is Paul is giving the Corinthians encouragement to give generously to those in need. And he's using the Macedonian people here as an example of those people that have given. They have not only have given to the Jerusalem church, but they have given out of um, extreme poverty. A situation where they had nothing almost, and they want to give not only monetarily but also take part in the offering by even going if that's what the need called for. And Paul is just blown away by this, that they in this kind of poverty and affliction, that they would be the ones that would say, yes, we will go and we will give. And so let's kind of break this down with the questions here. It says, what does Paul use as an example of how the Corinthian church of, well, that should be it. What does Paul use an example of how the Corinthians should give? Is what it should say there. Sorry. Um, and so he uses the Macedonian churches who gave out of their poverty and out of their extreme poverty. Um, I have to say that a lot of times, um, whenever there's a need presented, I don't know if I'm the only one, but like I look at my budget and say, do we have where we can give? Like, do we have enough that we have a little extra that we can give to people? Or do we need to wait till next time for that to happen? Um, Rather than looking into my heart and saying, God, do you want me to give here? And so, but that's not what they did. They said, we want to give, even though they were afflicted. So he uses them as an example of not only in times of prosperity should we look and say, God, or you bless me, so I'm going to give. Because it may be that God has blessed you with the heart to give, even whenever you don't seem to have the means to give. And if he's blessed you with the heart to give, um, I would say that is a bigger blessing than the means to give. Number two, what was their motivation to give so generously in times of affliction and poverty? The answer is their extreme joy. And this is not a joy in the fact that they were afflicted, because nobody enjoys that. It's not, yes, I'm so excited that now I have been afflicted. Like, nobody's sitting around um, singing praises over being in poverty or being under some hardship at times. Um, they they were joyous because they actually had the heart to give, and that's not something that I can sit here and say myself. Yeah, I'm super excited to give all of the time, because that's not a thing of human will that we can do. That's something that the Holy Spirit puts inside a person, is the extreme joy to be able to give to others, um, to meet their need, because it is born out of a love for a person, and being able to meet their need in the name of the Lord. And so I do believe that's something that the Holy Spirit can put in a person, and to give generously and to have joy in doing that. So that's why they did it, because of their extreme joy due to the Holy Spirit.